All right, guys. So we just wrapped up this killer looking 2024 2500, and my voice is kind of coming in and out, fighting cold, so you have to bear with me. So this one came to us out of Texas. It's got a 7 to 9 inch Cognito with all the goodies on it. So we did a 22 by 12 Boston HFX1. It's got a 37 1350 22 Toyo MT. You can look in there, see we got the V8 big brake kit front and rear with slotted drill rotors. These are going to be oversized brakes. This is a complete aluminum caliper, powder coated black, come in different colors. Customer wanted to stay with a black look, and they are an 8-piston design, so it will definitely stop these monster tires in this monster truck. So we've got the Elka series kit, which is going to be the 2.5 series resi with adjustable high and low speed adjustments here on the side of the reservoir. Of course, we're going to get the Cognito upper control arm with the alpha ball joints. Went with the Kryptonite steering. It's their full ultimate kit. Cognito Fox steering stabilizer, if I can get you in there. Let me see if I can get you a little closer in there. We are setting at about 7.5 inches. Customer wanted it as low as we could get it and still have enough tire clearance. As you can see, all the angles are perfect on it. This kit also has a weld-in. You can't really see it, but you're not going to see that. It's got a weld-in gusset for the idler mount. The factory tab on the frame with big enough wheels and tires will start to flex, and that gusset keeps that from flexing. So the steering is extremely tight on this. It feels really good. There's no slack in it whatsoever. And we still use the Cognito pitman and idler arm brace kit as well. Also did the Cognito Comfort Ride torsion bars on this one, and the Comfort Ride rear springs. Let me tell you that these things make a huge difference in ride quality. So the springs in the rear are a 20% reduction in spring rate. I'm not sure what the front ones are. I think they're close to that, but they're with the rear springs, it is going to reduce your towing capacity by 20%. So keep that in mind. You can make that up with an air overload system to regain that 20% when you need it by airing back up. But huge difference in ride quality. And with these adjustable shocks, it really, you can fine tune the ride quality. I actually like to turn the low speed up just a touch, just because it's so soft. It rides totally different than the factory torsion bar and leaf spring setup. No more of that jarring feeling. It just kind of floats now. Feels really nice. So this kit does increase the front track width. So we used a rear 1.25 rear wheel spacers. Of course, hub centric. These are bore spacers to bring the rear out just to match the front. That's purely aesthetic, but it looks very nice. We've got the Elka 2.5 adjustable rear shocks in the rear as well. We've also got a train horn kit. This is their stealth kit. I don't know if you can see it, but we typically make brackets in addition to using the spare tire carrier mount, just to make sure that everything's rigidly mounted and it can't move. We did alter the rear height slightly from where it comes. We added an additional inch of lift. I'll go over that with you in just a moment. But here's a good view of the rear brake kit. Just insane looking truck. So the customer wanted it to set dead level based off the measurements of the fender. Everybody's got their own preference on how they want them set, and we try to accommodate that. These trucks are kind of weird. The rear fender line is lower than the front. So when the fenders match exactly then you've got a little bit of rake if you put a level on the bed or on the frame. So some guys want to set the rear by the fender, you know, a ½ inch, 3/4, maybe even an inch. I don't typically personally like to go over an inch, but some people do. But so we lifted the rear an extra inch by changing the blocks and adding an extra shim into the leaf spring pack. As far as tire clearancing goes, since we did set the truck as low as what we possibly could, we moved the bumper forward 3/4 of an inch, trimmed the bottom of the plastic through here, your lower valence, trimmed it across through here, and we did the Kelderman mud flap deletes, which you can see here that tapers back and gives you a lot more clearance. This is still a non-torsion drop, as you can see from the bracket here. And this kit also has some killer looking kicker braces there. I don't know if you can see it or not, but with this kit we also have to change the front drive line. So it does come with a new front drive shaft. Now on some of these kits, you have to change the front yoke on the front axle or the front differential as well. A couple other details we did while it was here. Changed out the third brake light and added the pod lights in the bumper. Here, more looking fender well here. You can see the Kryptonite tie rod kit, as well as the Fox shock down there. Alright guys, that's going to be it on this one. Just make sure you like the video, subscribe, stay tuned for more.